There you go. Cheers. So, sweet. So we're here with Lee and Ali from Lovelife. First show in the UK. Actually.
Yeah.
So do you guys want to tell us, about your sound and anything like that?
Yeah. Well, alright. Yeah. Where do we start? Well, we've been in New York for the last sort of 6 months, and that's where we've been sort of developing our sound with the other guys, and we met maybe way over that, maybe a year ago.
Yeah, about a year ago.
Yeah, well, we knew each other before, we met a few times before, but we became friends about a year ago and started writing music together because Ali was producing my old band's second album, which never came out. And this is the reason for it, because we started collaborating a lot on certain songs, and we realised that this direction could have a future. So we moved to New York and sort of started afresh, and here we are.
You kind of moved to New York with an idea.
Yeah.
And came back
as Lovelife.
Yeah. With some songs.
Yeah, so here we are.
So you see, El Regreso, the EP that came out. Where did you draw your inspiration for that from? Where did that? That start?
Yeah, well, good question. that one was actually written over a slightly longer period of time than the new one that's out. So I think it's certainly a broader horizon. But you know, there's R&B influences in there. Ali sort of introduced me to this whole new world of hip hop that I didn't really listen to at all.
I think that's the beauty of what we do, though, is that perhaps less so now because we made music together and we have done for a while, but considering when we got together, Lee's and my influences were quite different. So kind of coming together with this melting pot and working on the same project was really interesting because we just approach things in a different way, like whether it be like beat making or songwriting or melodically. Like I'm always, like I say all the time, whenever we write a song, we're kind of jamming out vocal ideas. I've got something in my head about how I think it could go melodically. Lee will do something and it'll be like, I would never have thought of that in a million years. I can approach it in a different way, and I love that because we haven't always listened to the same music. So having those two kind of varying sort of influences come together to make this sort of mishmash.
Yeah. And I think that a lot of our influences don't necessarily sound like the music we write. I mean, I'm a huge Smiths fan. Doesn't really sound much like Morrissey at all. You know, and Ali loves his, really simply stuff like Kraftwerks, and these are the world. So, I think together we create something that's a bit more, sort of drag it into 2012, whatever year we live in these days. I don't know. And here we are. So. It also depends on where we are as well. The fact that we spend a lot of time in America, I think, sort of
definitely
eked its way onto the sound. I think wherever we write the next batch of songs, I'm sure will sound different because of that.
Like living in Brooklyn, and like right in the heart of it, and you're just surrounded by such different people and such different music, and the music that you hear, like if you go and walk to get a coffee somewhere, you go somewhere, the music you're surrounded by, we lived in Williamsburg or Bushwick in Brooklyn, is so different to where we live in here in Brighton or London respectively. So that definitely had an influence, but in a really positive way.
So as you did mention, you were both in previous bands and bands, so Ali, you were in Mirrors, and you was in Big Brother. So what happened, is there anything you can tell us about those bands, or?
I think we did I did a record with Mirrors, and we toured that and stuff, and I did that for a couple of years. It was James and I started the band, and we kind of wrote all the songs, and then we had this album, we got signed, and we toured it, and it was a lot of fun, and that was something I wanted to do. And then by the time we came to start writing the second record, and we were writing the second record, the stuff we were doing, although I kind of thought it was good, I didn't feel like it was what I wanted to do. I felt like I'd done it, and we were like really electronic. We didn't have any kind of live elements or like acoustic elements at all, and we did that intentionally because that's what we wanted to sound like. But then by the end of it, I didn't want to sound like that anymore, and I just felt like I couldn't give my all to it anymore, so I decided to leave. And I didn't want to be in a band again. When I was doing the Brother record, we were even after that, when we finished it and we were writing together, I still didn't really think I wanted to be in a band. And then when Lee kind of suggested it, I just thought, yeah, fuck it. And then Chris suggested, our manager suggested we move to New York, and it was literally, he called me up on a Friday night and said that we should move to New York to do Lovelife. And you know, you just don't return it, don't do it. And then a month later we were there, and then 6 months later we're here. That's what it's been like, really.
It's really cool.
Where will we be in 6 months' time?
Where will we be in 6 months' time?
Here.
At home by my parents.
I mean, like, Lee, you know how Viva they kind of just like announced that they're just gonna like stop on April Fool's, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, why did you just choose to do it like right then? Any way behind that?
Wow. That would be giving it away.
That's a pretty in there question, but
I would love to know.
Well, I think part of the reason announcing it on that day was, I think, that our band from day one was always a bit of a circus. You know, it was outrageous statements and an outrageous review, or you know, something was always happening, or either being sued 1 minute or changing our name the next. And I just thought that announcing a split on April Fool's is the most fitting way. Yeah. So, who knows? Maybe we never existed, who knows?
It was all a dream.
Or a nightmare.
As people say.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool though.
No, yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, you're here for the first time in the UK, but you played in the UK, of course.
Of course, yeah.
So, I mean, and you played to the US as well in Brooklyn. How would you feel?
Yeah.
Either, I mean, which sort of
You can ask us after the show.
Yeah.
Tell you how it was.
And what are some like past experiences?
Yeah.
Well, we were out there this time, like on a limb, like we didn't really know what we were doing.
We were a brand new band with like 5 songs and 9 bands, and we just moved to New York at the drop of a hat to see if we could do it. It was either going to implode and do nothing, or kind of make us, and I'd like to think it was the latter.
Yeah, and by the end of it, you know, we had fans and people were coming to the gigs to see us, and it was a full room, so things were starting to happen.
It was nice to think that we built that just from putting our music out there, because we haven't really pushed it on anybody. We've just like uploaded these tracks, we've given everything away for free. We've announced gigs, we haven't like shut it down anyone's throats, and people are kind of discovering it, and they seem to be liking it, which I think is the best way to do something, kind of do it organically.
Yeah. Although saying that, my mum is going to be here tonight.
Oh, really?
So there is that. Maybe we should interview her.
Oh, maybe we should.
Gives a better interview than I will.
So you've got like the 4th Floor, which is like already come out technically because you got on your SoundCloud, but coming out officially on Monday's show. It's like, how do you feel like? How's it like changed from El Regreso? Have you like added anything or changed anything, or has it just been the same kind of thing?
Well, it's again, we're still finding our feet. It's certainly a progression. I feel like that EP is more complete. It's got a bit more identity to it because I think we're a bit more sure of what we're doing. However, we still have a long way to go. But songs like Your New Beloved, which is my favourite song, yeah, thanks. We've never played it live, so we're playing it tonight, so I'm really excited about it. You know, songs like that are minimal. Usually, I think in the past we just throw everything at the song, you know. And just we think more is bigger and better, but I think now we're learning that it's good to hold back a little bit.
Be a bit more self-assured.
Yeah, exactly.
Well-chosen things.
I think we're a bit more confident with everything. So.
And also, we knew the 4th Floor was going to be, because we're doing a physical release, we knew it was going to be 4 tracks.
Yeah.
So we had that in mind. Whereas we didn't know when we were really going to release an EP. When we did El Regreso, we had a bunch of songs, and we kind of knew roughly what was going to go on, but this time we didn't. We had no idea until like a week, 10 days before we had to send it to be mastered. So we had a couple of songs that we thought would go on there. We had 3 I think that were going to go on there, and then of them, 1 we ended up writing 3 in the last like, week to 10 days before it went out. That was written a lot more quickly, and it kind of sums up for me, I think, where we were like at that time musically. I say at that time. 6-8 weeks ago.
So we're coming to the end of the year. Do you have guys anything kind of special planned to spend the day, or can't you just give it?
We have stuff that we're sort of going through now. We're going to go back out to America in February or March and do a big one out there, because America's a fun place, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're not like hiding anything or anything.
No, far from it. I don't mean to be aloof.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're not a loaf. Silly. No, I think the important thing for us is that if we've got things to sing about and things to do, you know, if we feel an urgency to play gigs and to write, then we'll do that. And I think right now we're a really exciting period. So yeah, I think the best is certainly yet to come. So
definitely.
Yeah, looking forward to just playing some more.
Yeah, play some good shows.
Play some big shows, yeah.
Hopefully this one's nice.
Sorry?
Hopefully this one's nice.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Also, might put you on the spot a bit here, but since you've been in America for like a few months or so, could you possibly give us your best American accent? Or would it be asking a bit much?
Absolutely not.
Unfortunately.
I wish I could.
I feel like when we went to America, it made me more English.
Yeah.
Because the English accent goes a long way in America, believe it or not. You're like a novelty.
Yeah, still now.
Still.
In the days of the internet and
I started
Monopoly.
30% of people thought we were Australian as well.
Yeah, or French.
No,
the best one was when I was going to a club and this girl was like, "Oh my God, you're English." There you go, this is the American accent. She's like, "Oh my God." I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, say good day, mate." I was like, Australians say that. And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I know, just say it for me." So I did. Good day, mate. That's adorable, get in.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
People are funny with it.
And on that note, good evening.
Thank you very much.
All right,
no worries.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers, Daddy.
No worries, mate.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Nice to meet you.